Hello, this is Critical Trader with another tutorial to help you succeed in using the volume profile indicator. In this video, I will demonstrate the procedure of rebuilding the VAP cache files for contract rollover. I will use crude oil futures as my example. I will first prepare the NinjaTrader environment for the instrument's new contract month, and then proceed to build the tick VAP and minute VAP cache files. From the NT Control Center, click on Tools and then Instrument Manager. Scroll down on the right till you find crude oil. Click the arrow to move it over to the default list. While we're here, you need to decide if you are going to accept NinjaTrader's rollover offset value or whether you're going to override it with the final settlement difference between the August and September contracts as posted at the CME. First, let's check to see what NinjaTrader would use. Click Edit. NinjaTrader is showing a negative 0.98 offset value with the rollover date of 18th of July. Now let's take a look, see what the CME group shows. Find the final settlement prices for the night before rollover. That would be July 17th. September is 102.20 and August 103.19, the difference being a negative 0.99. In this case, since the offset difference is so small, I'm not going to bother to override the value that NinjaTrader has. If I had, I would also have had to set the date to 1 day after the actual rollover date. Let me show you. So as you see, it shows 7/18 as a rollover date, 0.98. So if I change this to 99, I would also have to change the date to be the 19th. The reason for that is because if I did not change the date, NinjaTrader will automatically reset the offset value that I overrode to 0.98, which is not what you would want if you were actually trying to override. In any case, overriding the rollover offset is optional. I am only showing this part of the procedure for those who are particular about the precision of the rollover offset, so they are aware that they must complete that step before building the VAP cache files. So now we can proceed to backfill minute and tick data from our data provider. From the Control Center, click on Tools, Historical Data Manager. Download, select the instrument, minute last. We'll go back about a year. For minute data. I've downloaded a year's worth of minute data because when I build the minute VAP cache file, I'm only going to build it for a 1 year period of time. Now let's make sure we get the tick last data. And for the tick last data, I'm only going to go back about 60 days, which would put it about the 18th. Well, let's just grab a little bit more than 60 days worth. And again, I'm only downloading that much data because I intend to build a VAP cache file for only the past 60 days. Okay, now that we've completed that, let's proceed in building the tick VAP cache file first and then the minute VAP cache file. To do that, we'll open a new chart. Select the instrument. I like to use be specific about my date ranges. So I picked specific date. Let's go back, say, to the 18th of May through the 20th. And make sure we select the specific session template for crude oil. Now, one other thing I tend to do is double check to make sure templates haven't been involved. And in fact, this is a case where I had previously saved the minute period type template when the session template was specified to be the CME US Index Futures RTH. So I need to make sure I override that and choose NYMEX Energy RTH. There we go. So now let's add the indicator. And since we're building the tick VAP cache file first, verify that the VAP mode is use tick volume and set rebuild VAP cache overwrite. Click OK, and I'm going to pause the video recording. It should be back in about 1 minute. Now you can see that it appears to have succeeded since we now see profiles. Two other things that are helpful to check. Open the indicator properties and verify that the VAP mode has been reset to use cache, and rebuild VAP cache has been reset to false. The indicator automatically does that anytime you're rebuilding VAP cache. It's also helpful to just double check to make sure the file is present. Under C drive CDA VP cache, you should find the CL September contract tick.vap for the NYMEX Energy RTH session. Looking inside the file, you'll notice it begins on May 19th and goes through July 18th. So it looks good. Now that we have the tick VAP cache file, let's proceed and build the minute VAP cache. The end date will make it be the beginning of the tick VAP cache since there's no need to overlap. And we'll go back to just about a year's worth. Let's do say June 30th of last year. Click OK. And when the chart refreshes, we should see no volume profile since there's no cache files. And current VAP mode is use cache. So since we're building the minute VAP cache file now, change the VAP mode to use minute volume and rebuild to overwrite. Click OK and come back in about a minute. Okay, it's back, and as you can see the profiles are there, but they do look a bit strange. As soon as we refresh the chart they should look better. Let's verify that the indicator succeeded and change the VAP mode back to use cache, which it has, and rebuild back to false. Now, as I said, it should clean up those profiles once the chart's refreshed. And while the chart's refreshing, let's verify that the file was created. Here it is, CL0914 minute VAP cache file. It spans July 1st of 2013 through May 16th of 2014. And the chart looks fine. Profiles look fine. Now, one last thing I like to do is simply set the date range to to the full span of the minute and tick VAP cache files, which would be 6/30/2013 through the current date, just to make sure everything does look fine. Great, charts back, and just panning across the time. All the profiles do look fine. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, we have moved to the new contract month. We have rebuilt the tick VAP cache file and the minute VAP cache file. So now we're ready to update any other charts we have for crude oil. So this concludes the video for rebuilding VAP cache files for contract rollover.